Alright, Shalom, Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Barasham, Yahweh Barasham, Achak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone who rule well, pushing 100% of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Barasham, Yahweh. And salutations to you sincere hearts that are pushing this gospel. In all righteousness and all sincerity, risking your life and your freedom to do so. Alright, so now that the Hebrew Israelites will coming in week out with another camp, pushing and prophesying through the spirit and power and the name, most importantly, of Yahweh. That is the most high power, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Yahweh Shai is only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly and willfully calls Jesus Christ. And the Rachat Wadak is the Holy Spirit. Alright, so you know what I was going to go into. Let me get that precept real quick. That is, I believe that is Revelation the third chapter. You know, I don't want. I'll get. I'll use the Bible app to get it. So I don't make a mistake. Right, Revelation the third chapter. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it is. Revelation the third chapter. I think I'll start from the 10th verse. Okay, Revelation 3 verse 10, and it reads. No, Saka. You know what? Since I'm in Revelation, I think I should just start from the first chapter. I need to do more research on the first chapter. But anyway, book of Revelation 3 from verse 1, and it reads, and unto the. Okay, I'm getting another notification. I just turned on my data. Alright, Revelation 3 verse 1. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things saith he that hath the seven spirits of the Most High, and the seven stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead. I say speaking about what? The one into the seven churches in Asia, Philadelphia, Laodicea, Sardis, Pamphylia, okay, I've forgotten some of their names. And this, I'm getting a lot of notifications because I haven't turned on the internet on each one in a while. So you have to be ready for that as well. But these are the seven churches that were in Asia. Okay. Yeah, the phone was, but let me just get it in the Bible. Because it's giving me too much problems. Alright, so let me get it here in the Bible. You know, the message to the seven churches, and the church I was speaking about right there was Sardis. Okay, so there were seven churches in Asia. And that was the first thing I wrote in the book of Revelation. The first read on the seven churches in Asia. Okay, Ephesus, Pergamos, Smyrna, Thyatira, Sardis, Laodicea, Philadelphia. I think I mentioned 6. I think there's still one more. I think I mentioned 6, but I think there's still one more. I don't know if I mentioned 7. But anyway, let's start over from the beginning. Revelation 3 verse 1. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis writes, these things saith he that hath the seven spirits of the Most High, and the seven stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead. I know the funny thing is that the breakdown for that seven spirits and seven stars is actually in the book of Revelation, the first chapter. So I guess I'll have to go to that real quick just to bring it out, okay? The breakdown for the seven stars. The breakdown for the seven stars. Alright, here it is. Revelation 1 verse 20, and it reads, the mystery of the seven stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the seven candlesticks. The seven stars are the angels of the seven churches, and the seven candlesticks which thou sawest are the seven churches. Alright, so there were 7 angels presiding over those churches. Okay, so that was what this is speaking about. This is speaking about. This is speaking about he that had the 7 spirits of God. In other words, he that had the 7 angels, which is Yahweh Shai, because you know that he's the head angel. In other words, the head of all the angels. So continue on from verse 2. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before the Most High. This is what that was giving message to the churches, rebuking them. Where rebuking them as needed rebuking, and exhorting them as needed exhorting. Because most of the these churches and the epistles that were written, it was all going into the same thing. They would praise the works they were doing correctly, and then they would rebuke them for what they did wrong, which is what Great Millstone does with all these other Hebrew Israelite camps. Because if you listen to some of these people out here, man, you think that Great Millstone only has negative things to say about other Israelite camps, but that's not actually the case, man. Because what you talk about, what IUIC does, talk about what IUIC does. They are preaching the truth. They're out there in highways and byways for the most part, teaching our people. But in the places where their doctrine is incorrect, in the places where actually pushing the correct doctrine, the mark of the beast, for example, that's a huge one right there. The Maxina, so that's another huge one, And of course, pushing 100% truth. They make the places where they are wrong in doctrine, they get rebuked for that, because they can't be out here, because this is not the kingdom that we are building up is not Esau's kingdom, where you can easily and happily spread false news on out there, and nobody cares, because I was watching a video about propaganda, and I don't know that I actually did a lesson on that, because it was so much, it was so many different topics boiled into one. I don't know if I can actually make a lesson after that video, but I was watching a video talking about propaganda, and when in the video it said that propaganda isn't just lies, okay, it's more than that, because we talk about that here, because the elders and the apostles always go on into that. Because Esau doesn't just push. I know that's a title right there. His propaganda. Esau doesn't just push lies. Okay, Esau isn't just somebody that just teach lies and teach lies alone. He mixes in the truth with the lies, and that's what propaganda is. You mix the truth. You mix the truth and you mix the truth and lies together, and that makes propaganda. That's how propaganda works. It's half truths, quarter truths, okay? Truths that were exaggerated, confirmation bias truths. Truths that can be confused and changed and morphed in a way to confuse people. Truth that is used deceitfully. And this is Esau's expertise, okay? That witchcraft is deceit. That is expertise right there. Using the truth deceitfully, handling the truth deceitfully. That's why the most I said I what. Like I said that word, I should not be handling his word deceitfully, because that's what they do in these churches. That's what many of these Israelite camps do. They handle the Most High, they handle the word of Yahweh Yahushai deceitfully. Right, and in this truth, we're not supposed to be there. We're supposed to bring out the 100% truth. Whether we like it or not, that's what we're supposed to do. We don't add our own opinions, okay? We don't mix it in with our own propaganda, because that's what Esau does when he gets the truth. He twists it in his own way. That's not what we're supposed to be doing in this truth. We're not supposed to be twisting up the truth in any way. Because what we're supposed to be teaching is the words of Yahweh Yahushai, okay? We are not independent, okay? I can say it confidently that I don't have a mind of my own. The mind that I have is the mind of Yahweh Yahushai. I pray to have that kind of spirit, man. When my spirit is what? Focused on, when my spirit is just solely on solely about doing solely about having the mind of Yahweh Yahushai. My spirit is just solely about my spirit is just completely in line with the ways of Yahweh Yahushai, okay? So I won't have my own personal opinions, my own personal feelings and hopes and dreams and all of that. I don't want none of that, and you shouldn't too, okay? You should want you want your whole body, your whole mind, your whole being, and everything to be, completely joined to Yahweh Yahushai. And that's actually what I wanted to get. That's actually part of what I'm going to discuss. But anyway, going on down from the 3rd verse now, Revelation 3 verse 3. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. And that is plain, okay? Because nobody knows when our Lord Yahushua is coming back. Nobody knows when he's actually going to return and bring the judgment and salvation. That's why you always have to be prepared. As we just said, that you always have to keep your garments on you. Okay, lest you not be found walking out here naked. You don't want to be caught sleeping when Yahushua comes back. They don't want to be caught. They don't want to be caught. On some. You don't want to be caught on some worldly shit when Yahushua comes back. Man, you don't want to be caught Yeah, I'll get it again, but it's just important to be stretched. You don't want to be caught sleeping. All right, so let me get these precepts. Slovakia. I'm trying to get it. So I'm trying to get it. Slovakia. Bear with me. I'm trying to get it. Right, here it is. Revelation 16, verse 15, and it reads, Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And your shame in that day will be that you are rejected, okay? That you had the truth, you are giving that garment, giving that clothing, giving that covering, giving that light. But at the end of the day, by the end of the day, you rejected the word of Yahweh Shai, and you went back into the world. And then in that day, when people realize that you had the truth, you had a chance to be saved, but you didn't take it, man, that's a shame right there, okay? In the kingdom, you're going to put your head down for eternity because just simply because of that, because you had a chance, but you refused, man. All these bugouts, okay? All these scoffers, all these fallouts, that's exactly how that's exactly what is happening to them right now. You should be praying, okay, every day, constantly. And you should just pray at least twice a day. That how much you does not take the spirit away from you. And that's Psalm 51 right there. I forget the exact chapter. Cast not away from your presence and take not your Holy Spirit from thee. Of course, you say it in the Hebrew. And you can look up the video Akim has put up concerning that, because there's a lot of videos going into how to say that prayer in the Hebrew. Alright, so continuing on. Now let's not to blow through this quickly and get to the point. Revelation 3 verse 4, and it reads, Thou hast a few names even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. That's plain, okay? That's the faith that we have right there. Like, if we continue doing this work, if we continue in faith, righteousness, sincerity, and all that, that Yahweh Shai will vouch for us before the Most High, before Yahweh. The Yahweh Shai will not forget. That's like the scripture said that what? That Yahweh Shai is not so unfaithful that he will forget our labor of love. So if we keep up this labor, if we keep up this work, man, we know we have that faith. We believe 100% that Yahweh Shai is going to vouch for us, and he won't disappoint us in that day. Okay, you're not going to have a situation where you are doing this work, and then Yahweh Shai completely forgets that, oh, you forgot that this guy was on the highways and byways, and he was faithful up until the end. That's not how that's not how it works. If I was doing this work in all righteousness and sincerity, with 100% truth, diligently, righteously, and sincerely, man, Yahweh is not going to forget you. He's going to welcome you with open arms. And that's all we're waiting for. And that's our motivation for doing this work. That's our motivation for being out here week in and week out, for doing the videos 7 days a week at least. That's our 7 videos a week at least. That's our motivation right there. Alright, to be welcomed open arms by Yahweh Shai. We continue on. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. I know it's a damn shame. I think I'm going to have to look up some of these churches a little bit later, because I don't actually know anything about them, and I just have to make some good research material. I've been thinking of thinking of what I should go into a little bit. Alright, so this is continue on. And to the angel in the church of Philadelphia writes, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. Okay, because now what comes to my mind right now is that you have some of these Old Testament Hebrew Israelites, in Babylon, that talk about how King David, that talk about how King David, is the highest after the Most High, after Yahweh, because they don't believe in Yahweh Shai. But this scripture right here tells you that Yahweh Shai has the key of David. And it goes back to the same principle where it talks about how who is greater, the Messiah, because the scripture said that what the Messiah will be from the root of David, from the stem of Jesse, of the house of Jesse. It's not what is written in the book of Isaiah. And I said that I will raise up. Let me get that. Alright, so this book of Isaiah 11, and it reads Isaiah 11 from verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Alright, and that is talking about Yahushua coming back at this, coming back in the line of his, coming back in the line of King David. Alright, so now Yahushua asked the Pharisees a question. So that let me get that. Let me get that. Okay, baby, I'm trying to get it. Okay, yeah, it is. The book of Matthew, the 22nd chapter. Book of Matthew, the 22nd chapter, the 41st verse, the 41st verse, and it reads, Matthew 22, verse 41. While the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahushua asked them, saying, What think ye of Hamashiach? Whose son is he? And they say unto him, the son of David. He saith unto them, How then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, Yahweh said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? I'll just explain right there, okay? Because now, you know that King David actually knew who Yahushua was in the spirit, okay? He knew that Yahushua was he knew that Yahushua would come through his bloodline, but he still knew that even though Yahushua would be one of his sons, considered the son of David, they were still greater than him, and he said that what? The Lord said unto my Lord, because Yahushua is our Lord, and Yahweh is our Lord as well. The one true power, and his son, the only begotten. Because even Scripture said that what he was personally created, because Yahushua was personally created by the Most High, and through Yahushua he created the world. That is the book of Hebrews chapter 1 right there. 2nd to 4th chapter, I believe, around that area, around the first to 4th chapter, around that area. Alright, just telling you just how great, okay, just how great Yahushua is. And all those Old Testament type Hebrew Israelites, it actually shows that they don't have the truth, okay? They don't have the understanding. That's what I'm talking about, okay? How we have Israelite camps that aren't perfect in their understanding. They don't want to accept the 100% truth. By the way, going on down, I continue from verse 8. I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. And he's speaking about, this is speaking about what church in Philadelphia in the past, but it can also apply to us right now, because Yahushua has opened that door of understanding for us to have this truth. Alright, and now you see these devils, these heathen, the scoffers, the vocab Malone, okay, the Christians, they're trying to shut it, okay? They're trying to, and how are they, the scoffers, how are they trying to shut it? By coming up against us, by making our hands heavy, by scoffing, by mocking, by insulting us, by mocking us, by trying to disprove the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, by trying to find occasion against us, the same way the Pharisees did to Yahushua, by asking us different questions, trying to stumble us, trying to trip us up, okay, by coming into your live streams and scoffing and mocking and you're making all those comments, by commenting on every video that you make, every breakdown you make, telling that you are wrong on this, you are off on this, that's not what this means, okay, because they have the understanding, that they are the ones that have the knowledge, but you won't see them listen into their hands to make a single video, alright? You don't see them go out into the habit and Bible and do a single lesson on why they believe that. Bring out precepts, bring out history, bring out anything to back up their evidence. To back up the evidence, but they never do that. Okay, but they will still come out and start talking about how we're off on this. Gremilton did this, GMS did that. They don't have the 100% truth. They are wrong about this. They're wrong about that. Calling us buggers, calling us out, calling the others and the apostles bombs, calling them all these different names. But they don't have any works. Okay, they don't have anything to show for all their talk. For all their talk, they can't back it. They can't walk the walk. They talk, but they can't walk the walk. Okay, they try to shut. They're trying to sow those seeds of doubt, trying to create doubt in us, but they don't understand that, as Scripture says, this is not of men. Okay, and I always say this is not of men. This is of the Most High and His Son. How about Shimi or Shai? So nothing they can do. They can't. You know what? Let me go back up to that. Let me go back up to that. That's beautiful. Right, Revelation 3 verse 7, and it reads, "And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man openeth. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name." And that is plain, okay? His name. Because you have Israelite council, don't want to profess that name. The name of Yahweh, Shai. Now you see even once again that how important that name is, how much Yahweh stresses his name, okay? Because now the top camp that doesn't go into the name, I won't mention it. You already know what the camp is. But basically, I just want to bring this out a little bit that the leaders of that camp, the men in that camp, when you speak of their leader, if you don't put his proper title in his name, they get offended, they get all messed up about it. They take Hebrew, they take Israelite names, change names in the Paleo Hebrew, but they won't want to give Yahushua his proper title. They don't want to give Yahushua his proper name, because if you ask them, is the name that they use, which is Jesus, JC, is that name the correct name? You know what they'll tell you? They'll be like, no. They'll tell you this and that. Then they start beating around the bush, start making excuses why they're using that name, start talking about this and that and other things, but they never bring out the truth. And if you ask that question, I thought that many of them will say no. They'll just try to change the subject. They'll try to bring it. They'll try to change something. They'll try to talk about something. They want to talk about something else because they know that they're going off, man. They know that the name has to be professed, okay? The Most High and His Son will give us His name, because how will you say that He gave you the truth, but He won't give you the name? How will the Scripture say that there will come a time when they will say, "Blessed is He that comes in the name"? Okay, let me get that real quick, because I might be laughing, but this isn't a funny matter, man. I'm not actually laughing, but this is just how my face gets sometimes whenever I think about it. Now, sometimes when people get scared about something, I get worried about something, they start smiling uncontrollably. Well, I'm not actually scared of never, I just smile uncontrollably sometimes, trying to fix that, but it's a work in progress. But anyway, let me get that. Oh, there are a lot of precepts. Let me start with this one. Alright, Matthew 23, from verse 39, and it reads, "For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of Yahweh." Alright, so the time when our Lord Yahushua is going to come back, when the prophets are, when everybody knows, okay, when Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, I believe that is the 5th verse, "Then shall they know who are my chosen, or then shall they know that a prophet has been among them." When people know who the true prophets are, who the true Israelites are, who the true men that come in the name of the Lord are, in the name of Yahweh Shai are, okay? The next one. "And they that went before," and Mark 11 verse 9, and it reads, "And they that went before and they that followed cried, saying, Hosanna, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord." Okay, so that is plain right there. That's how important the name is. You have to, you're not a man of the Lord if you don't come in the name of Yahweh Bashmi, or if you don't come in the true name of the Most High and His Son. Alright, so continuing on. "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." Okay, so all of our enemies, okay, all the people that are against this truth, okay, whether they be hidden, whether they be our people, Amalek, of course, Esau, of course, even the hidden, because of course you have hidden that are into that whole Judaism, you have hidden that are calling themselves Jews. Like for example, so, those Hamites in Africa that are part of the calling themselves the Ethiopian Jews, because what these Jews say, they say that if your mother was a Jew, that makes you part of that bloodline as well, which is basically mixing it up, going off, because it's actually the father that carries the seed. That means that what a Jewish woman can marry a heathen, and the child will come out thinking that he's actually a Jew, that is actually of that bloodline, when it's not. Okay, they're not of the Jews, because what that Judaism goes back to Catholicism, it goes back to Christianity, which is all pagan worship, the synagogue of Satan. And you can even go and look up Sabbatinianism, it is more convincing. Right, the Kabbalah, the Jewish, the Babylonian Talmud, all these laws go back to Babylon. They go back to pagan worship, idolatry, basically. They have nothing to do with Yahweh, Shmi, or Shai. All right, so continue on. And so I forgot to mention that the scripture said that what the Most High shall cause them to bow before us, meaning that what they are all going into slavery. Okay, all the heathen are going into slavery. And let me just say this. When people start saying that, oh, he said that, the Tutors are going to go into slavery. All heathen, not Israelites, okay? The Israelites are the ones that will be bowed to. And you heathen are the ones that will be, and you heathen are the ones that will be doing the bowing. So, because sometimes whenever I think about this thing, in my worldly mindset, I get a little bit uncomfortable. You're thinking about people bowing before, thinking about putting people in slavery. Sometimes you get a little uncomfortable about it, but that's just your worldly mindset, okay? Just the Satan is not for you, trying to make you think that that isn't right. But that's how it's supposed to be, okay? We are meant to be the kings and the rulers of this earth, So anyway, as I was saying, better get used to it. Better start getting used to the idea of men bowing before you. Better start getting used to the idea of being being held in such a high and great standard, of being held in such a high regard, because that is exactly what is going to happen in these coming days. Jacob's trouble is coming, man, and in that day, guess what? The men of the Lord will be. What the scripture says, man. That day will be like fine gold, okay? Here it is. Isaiah 13, verse 12, and it reads, Isaiah 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Alright, so not the men, especially the men of the Lord, okay, because I talked about a man. You should know that I'm speaking about, you should always consider the context, you should always consider the context, or even better yet, you go up a little bit to you go to the top of it. That's why I started from the top in the beginning of the lesson. That's why I started from the top of Revelation 3, so I can get the whole precept, get everything in context. And if you read up a little bit, Isaiah 13 verse 3, and it reads, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones, for my anger, even then I rejoice in my highness. I'm going to talk about sanctified ones, I'm going to talk about mighty ones, and then I rejoice in the highness of Yahweh, Shmi, or Shai. You're obviously speaking of the Israelites, and not just any Israelite, alright? The elect, the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, the prophets that are doing this work. That's who Yahweh Shai is going to make fine gold in those days. That's who the high value men are going to be. They could have been in these manosphere, liftout, red field conversations. Alright? But this is exactly what this is speaking about. In that day, man, you're going to be that great, okay? You're going to be worth more than your weight in gold. You're going to be basically, you're going to be worth more than your weight in gold. You're going to be worth more, and these Rothschilds and Rockefellers are worth now. So you have to start getting used to be in that state, man, because that is exactly how because that's just the beginning stages, okay? Compared to what you're going to be worth in the kingdom, how you're going to be valued in Jacob's trouble, okay? You're going to be valued before you are delivered as the man of the Lord. It's going to be nothing compared to the kingdom, okay? Because the scripture say that we will be not basically, not like, but we will be actual gods, okay? Actual gods upon the earth. So you can read that in Psalm 82 verse 6. It didn't say that you are like gods. It didn't say that you are, basically, it said that ye are, okay, 100% gods, okay? And you are all, because what? You are all children of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. You are all sons of the Most High, Yahshua Allah, the Prince of God, the Prince of Power, okay? So continuing on, another hidden, another hidden men, if they bow, another hidden, as just say that Yahshua will make every knee bow and every tongue confess that He is the Lord. And that day, man, and guess what? And guess what? Our Lord Yahshua is going to share that kingdom with us, going to share that power with us. So we're going to making the hidden bow as well. Alright, I'm going to be making the hidden confess as well that Yahshua is the Lord, okay? Because we're going to be giving all that glory to Yahweh Yahshua, just like we do in this time. Because I'm not taking any glory for myself. I don't need any, we don't need any of that in this time, okay? In all seriousness, okay? Let us give all, because I did a lesson about that. Okay, let us give all glory to Yahweh Yahshua. Let's not be that, let it not be that, men out here, especially people that are coming up, start attributing us, start attributing this truth with, the apostles or the elders. But no, okay, alright, but this truth should be attributed solely Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, okay, Yahweh Yahshua, and the men that are pushing the word are simply His emissaries, okay, His heralds, His men that He sent to do the work for Him, okay, basically His messengers, because that's all we are His messengers, we're not the ones with the truth. It's Yahshua that's with the truth, because that's what a prophet is. Right? He's a teacher. He has been given instruction. He's been given a commandment and instruction from somebody else. So you shouldn't be asking, or you shouldn't be looking at us, the men that are bringing out this word or bringing out this message. But you should be considering who is the one that is sending that message. All right, continue on down. Now, Revelation chapter 10, 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Alright, that is plain, okay? Okay, talking about what? Jacob's trouble. Because you know what? We know that it is coming. I continue. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And this is speaking about this truth. Hold this fastly, okay? Do everything that you can. Walk your own salvation with fear and trembling. And fear and trembling of what? That you could fall off, that you could burn out, and you will receive the judgment of Yahweh Yahshua. Because whenever I think about that judgment, man, legit, it puts fear in my heart. Like yesterday, I didn't bring out a video, man. I was terrified throughout, because I actually had the video I wanted to bring out, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually do the video, because I didn't know how I would, approach it or go about it, But of course, I'll put up videos after this camp, But I was terrified, man, because what? I don't want to fall out. I don't want to go back into the world. There's nothing there for me, okay? I don't want any part of the world anymore, man. I'm trying to get into the kingdom, no matter what it takes. Alright, so going on, so continuing on. Revelation 3 verse 12, and now this is the point. He that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and it shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And that is plain right there, because that is one of the promises that we are given, okay? So now if we endure to the end, if we hold fast and keep the word of the patience of Yahweh Bashmi Yahshua, we endure Jacob's trouble. We don't take the cheap, we don't take the mark of the beast. We trust in the Most High, we trust in His Son, and we are delivered. Guess what? We're going to be in that temple forever, man. We're going to be part of Yahweh Bashmi Yahshua forever. We're going to be clean forever. We're going to be in the Spirit forever. We're going to be one with Yahweh Yahshua forever. We're going to be in the Spirit forever. We're no longer going to be in the flesh. We're no longer going to be of this world. We're going to be what? In the kingdom, alright? We're going to be fellowshipping with Yahshua forever. And we will never go out, okay? That's what it means. That's what it means to be a pillar in the temple of my power. And that temple is this whole, that temple is basically the whole universe, okay? when it talks about being a pillar in the temple of the Most High, that temple is the whole universe. Right? In the whole wide universe, you're going to be a part of that temple. You're going to be part of that 144,000, part of that 1/3, okay? Because that's exactly what the scripture says. That's why you can have that faith, okay? That trust that if you continue this work in righteousness and sincerity, then you are on the right path. If you endure unto the end and keep the faith, keep the fear of your heart, keep his commandments, then you are on the right path. Right? Because you're going to be delivered. You're going to be made a pillar. Right? You're going to be made, you're going to be a part of a pillar, which basically means you're going to be an important part of the structures. So okay, itching my back was itching. But anyway, I was saying, you're going to be an important part of the kingdom, okay? You know, one of the judges, one of the kings, one of the rulers, one of the priests that are ruling in that kingdom. So you have a portion, right? Your is promising you a portion of rulership in that kingdom, alright? And I tell you that what? Going into the book of Jeremiah 31 verse 31, Hebrews 8 verse 8, that he will make a new covenant with you. And he will never ever take his spirit away from you ever again. So no longer do you have to worry about having the spirit taken away from you. You don't have to worry, you don't have to be living in fear that if the spirit could be taken away from you any time. You no longer have to worry about that. Because let me also go to I believe that is Revelation 21 or 20. Like our breeze is pushing. Here it is. Alright, Revelation chapter 21, verse 3, and it reads, and I heard Revelation 21 verse 3. Now I don't think I said that properly, so I'll say it again. Revelation 21 verse 3, and it reads, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. That's it right there, okay? The tabernacle of God, the tabernacle of the Most High shall be with me. In other words, like it was saying in the book of Revelation 3 verse 12. That we will always be in the temple of the Most High. We'll never be outside of the temple again. We'll never be profane again. We'll never go off again. Right? That's a new covenant right there that we can look forward to. Okay, we never have to go off. We never have to worry about being unrighteous. We never have to worry about unrighteousness, because we'll be in the kingdom. We will be with Yahweh Shai. And you know, right, as the scripture says, there is no unrighteousness, there is no wickedness in the presence of the Most High. So we will always be eternally in the presence of the Most High, meaning that what? We will be clean, okay? We will be made clean. Alright, so the scripture says I forget the exact precept, but our corruption will be made incorruptible. And will be given those new bodies. So let me get that. Let me use Hebrews chapter 8. Because that's beautiful right there. Okay, when I read that, I said that I have to bring. When I read that, I said I have to bring this out. Because that's beautiful right there. A pillar in the house of the house of Hashem Yahushai. That means that what? We will never go out, because when you're talking about a pillar in the house, man, that's what is holding the whole building together. That's what's holding the entire building up. You know, that pillar, once it goes, once you break it, once you break it, the whole building crashes down. So that's how much trust the house of Hashem Yahushai is putting in us to make us a pillar in his kingdom. And you know that you can't carry a pillar and take it outside of a house, okay? You can take out furniture, you can take out furniture, food furniture. You can take out other things, but you can't take out a pillar from a house, because that pillar is the backbone of that house, man. So us, will be the backbone of the temple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Will be the ones that are officiating in the temple. Will be the ones that are judging the heathen. Will be the ones that are ruling over them with a rod of iron. Will be the ones that are bringing forth that judgment, okay? We are sending angels to judge them, because right now, it is Yahweh that is doing the judging, that is sending angels, sending the angels, the spirit of vengeance, and they like to be judging the heathen, judging us as well. But in the kingdom, man, we have that power. We have that power as well to send angels, to send spirits, to send different things to judge people, to judge the heathen, to judge people. Right? That's the power that being given. And right now we're being tested to make sure that we're actually worthy of that power. Okay. So now the book of Hebrews 8, and I will start from verse 7, and it reads, "For if the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah." And this is what the new covenant entails. Not according to the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by a hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahweh. For this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. Alright, that is the covenant that we're going to receive in the kingdom. Alright, no more going off, no more breaking the law, no more going after idols, okay, no more no more forgetting the Sabbath and or making a mistake, alright, in the high holy days, no more missing no more making a mistake in the calculation of the high holy days and missing the Sabbath or anything like that. No more of that, okay, no more having to learn the law again, no more having to start learning it over and over again, start teaching your children and your children after him, start passing it down. No more of that. All these rights will be born with it hardwired into their mind, hardwired into their hearts, okay? And Satan is going to be able to tempt you out of keeping the law anymore. Satan is going to tempt you and you're weak, and now weak as flesh. It's always allowing Satan to tempt you, right? It's going to be destroyed. And all you have is those spiritual bodies that are willing, 100% ready to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. That's beautiful right there, okay? That's what we're hoping for, That's like the book of 2 Peter 3. I believe that the 10th chapter or the 11th chapter, he said that we according to his promises look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because that all these promises are coming to us, in the new heavens, in the new earth, in the new Jerusalem, in the new kingdom that is to come, in the kingdom of Yahweh after this world is destroyed. Because all these things, what? Because all these promises that are given to us by Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. Alright, we are waiting for them patiently, waiting to get them. And just another thing, real quick, we are not in the new covenant, okay? Because you hear these Christians talking about that, saying that, we're in the new covenant, this is the new covenant. In the new covenant, talking about how, everybody can be saved now. Yahweh Shai died for everybody on the cross. Jesus Christ, he died for everybody on the cross. He did this and he did that, John 3:16, without actually putting it in a proper context, okay? Without actually understanding what all those things actually mean, okay? The world of Israel, okay? Only our people. The new covenant is not yet fulfilled, because in that new covenant, all the laws will be written in our hearts. In that new covenant, the Most High will be with us continuously. Can any Christian say that the Most High is with them continuously? Can any Christian even say that the Most High is with them at all? Can they say that the Most High is their father and he is can get that again? Can they say that the Most High is their God and that he considers them his people? No, okay, because the only people that the Most High actually considers a people are the Israelites. And we can go into all the preachers that go into that. What? That doesn't be going into the whole Bible, because the whole Bible, that's what the whole Bible says. Thus said the whole Bible. Even a random chapter in a random part of the Bible said it goes all into that, okay? So now so I can try to refresh my mind. So going into the whole thing of us being in the kingdom. This is going to start this work in the kingdom. This is how we will be. That's why I've been raised with this knowledge and this understanding on this side. That's why I've been doing this work so every day on this side, because that in the kingdom it will be made perfect, okay? So trying to attain as much perfection as we can on this side, I'm going into the book of, let me get that, Judges 5 verse 11. Let me get that. Judges 5 verse 11. They were rehearsing the righteous acts. because you know that in the kingdom, that's all we'll be doing, righteous acts. See, that's beautiful right there. That's a lesson right there. All will be in the kingdom. In the kingdom will only be righteous acts. All right, let me get that. Let me get the show quick. I'm not sure I know how to do a lesson on that. But anyway, Judges 5 verse 11, and it reads, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. And the people of Yahweh shall go down to the gates. And that gate is speaking about what? The gates and the chief places of concourse. Let me get that. Here it is. Alright, so this is the book of Proverbs 1 verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Alright, that's the gates right there for you. The chief places of concourse, alright? The marketplaces, the public places, the highways and byways, where we are commanded to push this word to all people, to all the earth, so that the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect that hear this word, will be saved. All right, so going into that, that's why we're out here. That's why you see us. That's why we're out here. That's why we're on the highways and byways. So to push this word, okay? Because as scripture says, you know, that we will stand upon our watch. Let me get that. Here it is, Habakkuk 2 verse 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So that's why we're watching. That's why you see the brothers always reporting on news, always reporting on current affairs, always reporting on prophecy, reporting on history, even going back into what happened in the past and reporting on that as well. They're constantly looking for what to bring out, you know, what to bring out for edification's sake, for the sake of bringing out this word. And it's all what? It's all what? Because that is what we have been commanded, like a commanded of Yahweh, you know. That's why we're on the YouTube. Okay, that's why we're on these other different social media sites, you know, for the most part, you know, Facebook, you know, where they repost or you know, where you see different individuals posting up great milestone videos, you know. Even recently you heard about the great milestone being posted on TikTok, you know, on Twitter. You are all over the place, okay? This word is coming out. Now even bring it to something else, you know, because there was this video I was watching, you know, and the video was posted actually from Nigeria. It surprised me a lot. Like, I would have done a lesson on it if the video wasn't so graphic, alright? No, it's not stable to be posted, especially on YouTube, especially with Esau the way he is right now. He's just begging to get my account blocked. But basically, what happened is that what happened is that there was this Jake, alright, this so like I say Eve, not Jake. Eve was sitting down, phone was on a table to the left of her, and the phone started ringing, that iPhone ringtone. And then some naked guy that was in the shower, you know, taking a bath, just ran out of the bathroom, tried to grab the phone before Eve could grab it and see what number it was. And he just slid right down there. You know, and it was completely naked, but completely. The dude was completely naked. Just tried to grab the phone, but he slipped, okay, because it was covered in soap. But he slipped and he fell. And that video was basically trying to show that the dude was worried about his woman looking through his phone because he had a side chick or something like that. Which of course, you know, if it's a woman that hasn't been dealt with before, it isn't going off. We already know that. But basically, what surprised me was that you know, this dude was completely naked in that video, man. And he did all this, and he probably did all that, and he probably did all that as a skit, because when to get likes, when to get internet famous, all that clout. That's why you see, people, kids and teenagers posting videos on YouTube, on Twitter, on all these different social media sites. You see them, constantly putting out tweets, talking about dumb shit all over the internet. That's why you always hear every week about somebody, some famous celebrity tweeted something stupid and had to, delete the tweet and apologize about it, because this is what social media has done. This is what Easter has done, giving every single person out there a voice to be heard, and that's giving everybody out there a voice to be heard, giving everybody out there a platform to stand on and speak nonsense, man. That's why you have so much confusion on the earth right now, because now everybody, because now everybody has to hear everybody else's opinion. Now nobody wants to hear the truth anymore. They don't want to hear what they like, what they like to see, what they like to hear. And now everybody's going, is looking for attention, looking for validation online, through these social media sites, trying to force likes, trying to get views. And this is all, and it was actually planned by Esau, because the elder Manatazakba from South Carolina, he did a video on that, that Esau, that is Facebook, Twitter, Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, type Edomites. They actually sat down, okay, the secret council of the wicked. They sat down, thinking about how they can get people addicted to social media, how they can make people, all right, dependent and constantly seeking validation on social media. That's why they made like bots. That's why they made views. That's why they made all. They started making Instagram, share your photos. Started making Twitter, share your thoughts. Which of course, which is completely wrong. Okay, completely wrong. Because not everything, not everything that goes through your mind that you have to blot out for the whole world to see. Right? There's a reason why they call these things idle thoughts, man. Not everything that goes through your mind that everybody should know. Not everything that you see that you see that you have to talk about or give your opinion on. Sometimes you just have to keep silent and keep it moving. Alright, but that's something that people don't want to do anymore in this kingdom, because now everybody thinks that they have a voice. Everybody thinks that they should be heard. And more importantly, everybody's looking for that attention, seeking that attention on the internet, trying to get internet famous, trying to look for clout and all this, doing all this just for attention. And that's going into what? Narcissism, pride, okay? So let me get that. Let me get this pieces first. I believe that is Proverbs 16th chapter. Here it is, Proverbs 16 verse 1, and it reads, "The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh, because the Most High that controls everything that happens on the earth at the end of the day." Because you know what, all the social media and all that stuff was signed off by Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Right now, verse 2. "All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh waiteth the spirits." That's basically what I want to get, because I want to get something else, pride, okay? Because that's exactly what all this is pride. It's making it, it's pride. Because once you go up on Twitter, you type up something there, just a little bit of your thoughts, and you get likes, you get tweets, you get retweets. I don't know how the whole Twitter thing works, but basically, right, you get people that agree with you, and people that like what you're saying. You get popped up in your head, because now you think that your opinion is something important. You're somebody special because you have something to say, and people are listening to you. That is all pride, okay? So let me get that. Right here it is. Proverbs 16 verse 18. "Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall." Right, that's what happens in this kingdom, man. In this kingdom, you have the pride demon on so many people. Right, you have the pride demon on so many people. That's why all these scoffers, they always get messed up. They always go on the comment board thinking that they have to comment on every video, talk about correcting this, correcting that. You are wrong on this. You are going off on this. When they don't have any actual knowledge, because their pride is puffed up. So let me get that one as well. And it's something that needs to be talked about, okay? Here it is, alright. The book of Colossians 2 verse 18. Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility or worshipping of angels, intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind. That's what is good. That's what Israel is spreading out right now through the social media. The pride demon, making people puffed up. When you're supposed to try and stay as humble and as humble as possible, okay? That's why you see the apostles and elders telling you, they're telling you not to come, not to go out your way to visit them, in their camp, okay? Not sharing out their numbers or their information or their details, because they're not with the spirit of the world, They're basically anybody that has a little bit of fame, a little bit of notoriety becomes famous, becomes a celebrity. They're not into that spirit, okay? The spirit of being a celebrity, because that spirit is a wicked spirit right there. The spirit that comes with pride, that comes with spread and all kinds of demonic. That is a term or a spirit that has all kinds of wicked spirits accompanying it, man. Pride, lust, covetousness, all these things, all because of what? You get a little famous, some people know your name now, and I get put up in the spirit. When all that reality, we're supposed to be humble in this truth, man. We're supposed to be as though, we're supposed to be as what? Meekly servants, because what did Yahweh say in the scriptures? He that is greatest among you, let me get that. I started glitching out again. Alright. Alright, here it is. Matthew 23 verse 10, and it reads, neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashiach. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servants, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. Because all these people that are thinking that they're celebrities in this world, okay, I think that are trying to be famous. There's coming a time that they're going to be humble, man. When Yahweh comes in those clouds and they realize that they are insignificant, that everything that they work towards is worth nothing, and that they, in all actuality, don't matter. But because what? At the end of the day, the most important thing is this world, even more important than the individual, okay? That's why you have brothers in this truth. You have men that will die for this. You have men that will die in this truth, okay? You have men that will be killed for this truth, because was we ourselves, we that are pushing this world, we that are messengers, individually, our lives in this kingdom doesn't matter, because what? We're trying to, and it's funny because we're trying to trade up anyway, okay? Trade these lives in for, that life in the kingdom, that life. I don't even know, there's no a term in the English language to describe how great that life in the kingdom is, so just leave it at that. Well, we're trying to trade up, man, so we happily give our lives for this truth, Hell, I will see that as the easy way out, because if you get beheaded for this truth, that takes you straight to the Father, man. And you're coming back in those fellowships with Yahweh Shai to deliver the rest of the elect. So are you really dying? And even the scriptures talk about that how Yahweh Shai will give us fame. Alright, so we don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about getting views. You don't have to worry about getting likes. You don't have to worry about being famous on this side, because we already are, okay. And I'm pushing this towards, you're definitely famous to the elites of Israel, Yeah, it's Esau's king on the king of this earth already know you, even to the least brother, man. I know they know me as well. You know, they see my videos, they see me bringing out this word, and I already know that they know who I am as well because well, they're keeping tabs on everybody that's affiliated with the Hebrew Israelites, especially with Great Millstone, right? With GMS that has 100% truth. They've been watching us. They're waiting for the chance that they will get to bounce because right now it's not that time yet. That's why, like I read previously, that Yahushua has opened the door and no man can close it. Alright, until Yahushua gives what a little leeway for Esau to just not shut the door completely, but just close it a little bit, just so that what the famine of the world can hit, and then he can send in Jacob's trouble in full force because that famine of the world will be the beginning of will be in Jacob's trouble, okay? Because the family of the world is part of Jacob's trouble because when you can't share this word anymore, when you can't hear this truth anymore, that's a big problem for our people, man. Alright? That's a huge problem. That's going to be a huge problem for our people. That's why in the book of I realize the family of the world precept, that's let me just get it in the phone. Alright. Amos 8 verse 11 and it reads, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh of power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, and they shall wander from sea. I went too far. Okay, no, that's actually part of what I went to get. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro, and seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. That's why you have Jake in that time, running up and down, looking for, looking for the truth, okay? Looking for a prophet to teach them this word. Because in that time they realize just how important sharing this truth is. Because that is something important right there, okay? Hearing the words of the Most High. Because what? Let me just. I don't know why my back is itching me today. It's probably the shirt I'm wearing. But anyway, let me just get this. Let me get this real quick. Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And that is why this truth is so important. Because the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of this truth will be the stability of our times, So in the time of Jacob's trouble, what should be keeping our people stable? Alright, this truth, having 100% truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, having that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai would be what will keep our people stable in this truth, in the times of Jacob's trouble, right? In whatever time that we're in. But when they don't have that, what do you see? See people going to and fro, right? Going to and fro, looking up and down, fainting for thirst, fainting for hunger, not knowing what they should do. Alright? And I actually want to get this precept in the book of Proverbs 1. Where Yahweh said that what? But because you would because you would not listen to any of his counsel, and you would not take any of his reproof, he will mock when your fear cometh. Alright? Let me get that. Proverbs the first chapter. Here it is. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make my words known. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regardeth. But he has set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. Alright, so when where you don't have the truth, when you don't have the understanding, and you're looking for truth, you're looking for understanding, you're trying to make sense of what is going on, you're trying to make sense of Jacob's trouble, but you don't understand that it is the time of Jacob's trouble, that you are struggling like this because you are an Israelite, because you are being plagued by the Edomites, okay? You don't know that you are bugging out because you heard that the mark of the beast was the RFID microchip, and now they've started rolling out the RFID microchip, and now you're not sure. So you're looking for the meaning of the Lord. You're looking for great millstone to tell you what it is, whether it's mark of the beast or not, to tell you what it is or what it isn't. You know, you're just searching for them. But the moment the word has hit and you can't find them, so now you're looking for the Lord, and this is what this is. So now you are looking for your Yahweh, you're trying to seek the Lord, and this is what the scripture says. Proverbs 1 verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear Yahweh. Alright? So when you have this chance to get this truth, you put it behind you. You scoffed at the knowledge, you hated the knowledge, you ignored the word, okay? You had men all over the earth, the fucking out of the earth, pushing this word, bringing out millions of okay, let me keep it easy. Hundreds of thousands of videos every day, millions of videos every week, trillions of videos, no, not trillions, quadrillions of videos a year, but still, alright, but still you refuse to hear the word, and the prophet of the word came, and now you are looking for a prophet, you're looking for a man of the Lord. You miss your chance, man. The doors of mercy have closed, okay? Yahweh has shut the gates, and no man will enter again, okay? You won't be able to get in, you know, once those gates are shut, it's not going to be open again. There isn't a second go around, okay? The rapture only comes once, and it will come only after those days of, the days of tribulation. It's come only after the days of tribulation, because Yahweh isn't going to come back, deliver the elect, then come back again, before the tribulation, deliver the elect, then come back again after the tribulation to bring judgment. It's going to be happening at the same time, okay? So that's why the scripture says that is the book of Matthew 24. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sign of the Son of Man come upon the earth, and they that just I can't get it. Okay, I have to get it. I'm butchering it. Matthew 24 verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And guess what? He's going to be coming to deliver his elect and to bring destruction as well. Alright, so once he comes back, he's going to take up all of the elect, and he's going to send down nuclear destruction and deliver the whole of the so he's going to send down nuclear destruction and purify the earth. Alright, because what? The elect will be looking down. That's why in the book of Revelation, the apostle John said that he saw a sea of glass mingled with fire, because he was looking down from the chariots and seeing the destruction. Going into the book of Psalm 91, only with thine eyes shall thou see the reward of the wicked. Alright, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. No plague shall come nigh thy dwelling. Oh no, I need to get that. Psalm 91. This is why you need the truth. Alright, that's it right there. This is why you need the truth. This is why you should get this truth while it's hot. 7 videos a week. Alright, 1 camp plus 7 videos a week. This is the time when the truth is at its hottest. Get it while it's hot. Get this truth while it's still hot. While the men of the Lord are still are still out here in the highways and byways are still hot. Because you know what the scripture says? I will cause thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth. And I'll get that one as well. Alright, so this book of Psalm 91. And I'll start from verse. Oof. I feel like I have to read this whole thing, man. Alright, let me just say it like this. If you are watching the video, you should go back and read that Psalm 91. You should go back and read that Psalm 91, because there are other things to discuss. But there's no need to, that's a lot of chapters to read. So let me get this instead. Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3 verse 24, and it reads, Then the Spirit entered into me, and set me upon my feet, and spake with me, and said unto me, Go, shut thyself within thine house. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bonds upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. So it's basically telling that was in that day, man. Even the scripture said that was in that day that we shall be as pilgrims upon the earth. In that sense, the men of the Lord. So in that day, because the famine of the world and Jacob's trouble happen at the same time. Because like, once again, the famine of the world is Jacob's trouble. Okay, so in that day, right, the men of the Lord are not going to be out there in highways and byways anymore. We're going to be shut up. We're going to be shut up. All right, in our own special spiritual bunkers that are being that will be built up for us by Yahweh Shimi Shai. Okay, because he protected and covered in that time by Yahweh Shimi Shai. And he said that word that he will that he will keep us in our houses. Okay, we're not going to be going out anymore and pushing this. We're not going to be posting up any videos at that time, because by that time YouTube will be fully censored, man, and videos concerning the truth won't be able to go out anymore. All right, so going on. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them. Wrong one. Ezekiel 3 verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. That's what happened in the end, man. Those 2/3, they're going to be looking for this word, man, because don't think that. Alright, that all the 2/3 are just going to be ones that don't want to hear the word. They just want to go and be destroyed. Because you have 2/3 that are running to and fro, okay, trying to look for the word of Yahweh Shimi Shai. But it's too late. They missed their chance. They missed the bus. So now they have to walk to the kingdom. They missed the bus because this truth right now, this is a bus. The last bus, and they don't get on this bus. They're going to have to walk to the kingdom in the dark of night. Through a dangerous neighborhood, where they could get mugged, they could get robbed, they could get killed. Anything could happen to them. They could have taken the night bus that was protected, night lights and everything, keeping all the darkies and keeping all the darkness and the criminals away. But now you're walking through the streets in the middle of the night, any small sound here shaking you out. We're looking around like, what was that? And then guess what, man? It looks like these devils are going to the devils and the creatures of the night are going to roll up on you, and are going to put that hail on you. And Yahweh Shai himself will roast you in that destruction, man. He's going to make sure that you eat a nuke, right? Miss out with your name on it, Yeah, that's alright. And even because that's exactly what is coming, We're no longer going to be out here telling you what you should do, right? Rebuking you, and you people talking about how we hate you. You are doing this and that, banging among the gang. Why can't we just get along as fellow Israelites? We can't fucking get along because you people. Because most of our people are sick in the head, man. They're not right, okay? And worst part is that let me just say this, okay? There is nothing wrong with not being right, okay? Because before we came into this truth, all of us are messed up, man. Like really messed up, Even if you want a homosexual, okay? Even if you want, involved in adultery, even if you want adultery, even if you want smoking weed, okay? Even if you want committing, even if you want eating unclean food, as long as you are in the world, you are messed up, okay? Because you are eating, because you are a slave unto Esau. You do not know who you are. You do not know that you are an Israelite. And just that, just not having the knowledge of being an Israelite makes you hell of messed up, okay? Alright, so majority of our people, they don't want to come into that right mindset, okay? They don't want to be reproved. They don't want to be told that they're not black, that they're not African, that they're not Igbo, that they're not Yoruba. They have so much pride, okay? And let's see what's going into that. And once again, that's the spirit that Esau has pushed out. Pride. That's why you have Pride Month for these homosexuals. That's why you have I'm black and I'm proud. That's why you have the motherland, proudly African. Because these people don't understand that spirit of pride, it's very okay to have a little bit of pride. That of course you have to be, because we are proud of what we do in Great Millstone. But there's a difference between the pride that we have, which is the pride in Yahweh Shimi Shai, and the pride that these people out in the world that actually have. Pride in wickedness, in vanity, right? In broken systems, things that matter, that don't mean nothing. You think that whatever heritage you have in this kingdom can be compared to the heritage of being an Israelite, where you're going to basically be a god. You think that being a black man in Esau's kingdom, that is somehow better than being an Israelite in the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You people are, these people are already wholly given to the slaughter, man. There's nothing we can do for 2/3, okay? There's nothing we can do for 2/3. That's another lesson right there. Yeah, man. There are any lessons that going on. There's nothing we can do for these people because they're already given to the slaughter, man. Now I have to write that down. Nothing we can do for these 2/3. They're already given to the slaughter, man. The Most High already giving them up to the slaughter. As I was saying, there's nothing we can do for these 2/3, man. They're already holding giving us this slaughter. The Most High already thrown them into the frying pan, man. You can read the book of Romans chapter 1 for that. You see that what? Let me get that. Now I'm not going to talk about it a little bit. You can plan on doing a lesson on it later. You know what? Or maybe not. If the Spirit is still on me, the Spirit brings out more information. I'll probably do another lesson on it again. Alright, Romans chapter 1. Romans 1 verse 24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. That's exactly what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has done. He has given these 2/3 to their lusts, man. Alright. He has already cast them aside, He has already abandoned the 2/3. We should be now mindset as well, because guess what? They are gone, but not lost. They are gone, but not forever. They will still get them back in the kingdom, and they will be in their right mind. Then they can be tolerable because the 2/3 of our people on this side, man, they're not tolerable because look. I don't need to tell you Akim about this, man, because you have families that are part of the 2/3. You know how. Of course, you don't have family, of course, but man, sometimes they just listen. Sometimes they make family makes it difficult to tolerate them. The way that they're acting in the world, man, they don't even want to hear this truth. They're not even interested in this truth, but through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, in that day, a lot of family members will come around. But until that time comes. But anyway, this 2/3 when they are completely gone, we're completely giving up because most are only dealing with the remnants, that 144,000, that 1/3 of the nation of Israel. So let me get. These precepts. I haven't brought that in a while. The 2/3 scripture, Zechariah 13 verse 8, and it's funny that I still remember it. But I remember more things concerning the truth than I do about the world. Because if it was something about the world now, I've probably forgotten it already. But the precepts, that shows how Hashem Yahushai is dealing with us, man. Because the precepts, when they go into your mind, they stay locked in, man. And even if you haven't brought it out in months, which is my case, but for brothers that have been in this truth for other than me, we have brothers that haven't brought out some precepts in years, but they still remember it like they brought out yesterday. Alright, so this is the book of Zechariah 13, verse 8, and it reads, And it shall come to pass, as in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. And this is speaking of the land of Babylon, okay, not the whole earth. Because the majority of our salvation, okay, the majority of the salvation will take place in Babylon. Because that's the only place that are going to be destroyed with thermonuclear fire. Are going to be completely wiped out. Right, so continuing on. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, It is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Right, that's what's coming up, soon coming, okay? Only the elect, okay? Only the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3 will be delivered. Right, because what? We are the ones that are saying that what the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is the one true God, the only God that we will serve, because we are declaring His name among the heathen, we are professing Him among the Gentiles. whom he has scattered us to. And it's another piece that I wanted to get, but I've completely forgotten about it. But anyway, as I was saying, because the only ones that are out here pressing and pushing this word, trying to focus out of the earth, okay? Try to focus out of the earth, 100% truth and sincerity. Right? But the only ones that declaring the names of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that He is our power, and we are trying to be His children. But guess what? That wish of ours to be the sons of the Most High will be accomplished soon come, because that's the time that we're coming into right now, okay? So in the time of the end, the time of the struggle and the like, that's the time we're coming into. So pretty soon, right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will, as I was saying, pretty soon, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will come and grant us that deliverance, grant us that new covenant, grant us that new body, grant us everything that we have been waiting for, that we have been expecting, okay? Because what the scriptures say, let me get that the earnest expectation of the creature is the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And guess what? We are part of that creature as well, because we are part of creation. And the manifestation of the sons of the Most High, starting with Yahweh Shai, and then on down to the one-third, to the elect. Right? We are all expecting that. And pretty soon we will be in that position, okay? So you can expect the manifestation of the Son of the Most High, even if you are going to be of that number. Because you're expecting yourself to be manifested as the Son of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, as the Son of the Most High. Because that's what all of us are in this truth that are waiting for. For that moment where we will be sons of the Most High. We shall Allah truly, alright, sincerely be of that stock, of the stock of Israel. Alright? Now I'm waiting for that moment to be in that position. I want to go, I want to I'm trying I don't beating around the bush, I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. Because for some reason, I'm drawing blanks right here, man. And it's always rare for me to get a 2-hour video out here. Right, let me do this. Alright, so continue on. Before that time gets there, we've been given a job, occupy. We give a job to so let me get that. I mean, Satan is really getting on me. I've only been out here for like an hour, and I'm already out of things to talk about. Satan is really trying to get to me. All right. Luke 19, verse 12. Look. All right, Luke 19, verse 12, and it reads, He said therefore, a certain noble man went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. And those 10 servants are a complete number of people, because in the kingdom, because you have more than 10, you have more than 10 men pushing this word. But basically, Yahushua has gone to receive the kingdom from the Most High, and he's coming back. You said that was we should occupy till he comes. So let me get that word occupy in the bulletin. And that's what I'm doing right now, okay? We're not going to allow a day to go by without the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua being pushed, okay? We're not going to allow a moment to go by without somebody manifesting and exalting the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So this is the book of Luke 19. Oh, sorry. I went to get occupy. Occupy. Pragmatomai. And it is to be occupied in anything, to carry on a business of a banker or a trader. So basically we are carrying on with the business of Yahweh Shai. What was he doing? And it's during the time that he was on the earth. Because you have Israelite camps that are out here that sinners, you no longer need to go out on the highways and byways. But what we have been told to do is to continue. What we've been told to do is to continue in the business of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to enter into his labor. Because the Apostle Paul saying that and the elders and the apostles like to bring this out, that we have entered into other men's labors, okay? We are continuing the work. This is not a new job, okay? This is a continuation of what Yahushua did when he was on the earth. And we as the servants of Yahushua are supposed to continue the work of our master, even now that he's not present, okay? Because what does scripture say? That we as good servants, when the master is away, what should we be doing? Right, let me get that. Let me get that. Here it is. Luke 12. And I'll start from verse. Luke 12, verse 42. And the Lord said, and the Lord, of course, is Yahushua, because this is written in red. Who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give him their portion of meat in due season? That's exactly what Yahushua has done, right, to the apostles, to the elders, and even us that are brothers, and even us that are just brothers in this truth, man. Because guess what? We are leaders of households, okay? Princes in our tribes. And that's what we are being raised up to be, because 144,000, Lord willing, of that number, the elect, Lord willing, once again, of that number, it's like I am, and the Akim of that number. We're going to be leaders, we're going to be rulers over our people. We will rule over households, okay? Over kingdoms, over nations, alright? So you have to our shares, so I don't say that word. Because it was as his servants are being left over with his portion on this side. And in the kingdom, if we are found faithful, found righteous unto the end, we'll be left with his portion once again in the kingdom. So I've been left with our portion on this side. And what was the portion in the world? Just a preacher pushing the word. Saka, not just, okay? Because the scripture say, let me get that. What the scripture say? And let me get that, because when you're talking about John the Baptist, what did you come out here to see? A man, but more than a man, because he was the one that the prophet spoke about, saying that he was so let me get that. I have to get it. So okay, hold on, let me get it. I'm looking for it. Okay, read. There it is. Matthew 11 verse 7, and it reads, And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness? Matthew 11 verse 7. And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaking with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, more than a prophet. I say unto you, I'm more than a prophet. All right. So what we are, So basically, what I'm trying to get to that we are servants, okay. But even though we are just younger brothers in this truth, okay. We are more, we are more than that in the spirit. We are mighty men, okay, more than servants, leaders of our houses, leaders, even going as far as leaders of our tribes, because you don't know which men, you don't know which men out there on the highways and byways used to be king, the kings of Judah, used to be king, there used to be kings of Judah, used to be the righteous men in Israel, judges of Israel. Men like Simon, alright? Men like Jabez, okay? Not Jabez, men like Gideon, men like Jerubbaal, I forgot his real name. Right? Men like Josiah, men like Joachim, right? Or men like that are righteous. Men like I'll leave it at that, because I think that's, I'll just leave it at that. Men like that, okay? Ezra, Nehemiah, men like that, okay? That were leaders over our people. You don't know which men are out there in the house and by that were actually that. And guess what? In the kingdom, they will receive that role again, and even greater than that. Right? So now, Luke chapter 12, from verse 42 now. And the Lord said, Who then is that faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them a portion of meat in due season?
Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. So Yahushua is coming back to give us his rulership, okay? Imagine that, Yahushua has gone out and conquered the whole kingdom, and he's coming back to give us his rulership. But our only role is to occupy until he comes, to do his will, to do his work, okay? To continue in his work, to continue in his labor. That's what we are doing on the earth right now. We're continuing in that labor which Yahushua has labored, okay? So this is not the work. This is a work that we have come back into, okay? A work that we are joining, something that's already been established, that we are simply adding to. Right? If you can get that, because what this has been being built up from Genesis, okay, up until Revelation, and now to these times that we're in right now, living in that same time of Revelation. We're continuing with this work, okay? We are joining to those labors, right? Labors of the prophets of old, of Moses, right? Of the prophets of old, Isaiah, right? Malachi, Zephaniah, Zechariah, and then the apostles, Paul, all right? Timotheus, okay, John, the 12 apostles, Yahushua, last but not least, of course, and then on down to us, which are the men of the Lord on this side. We are all continuing in that labor, and that is even just proves reincarnation, because what does the scripture say? Are the spirits of the prophets, and let me get that one as well. Man, it's starting to get hard to see what's written on my phone, but I'm getting ready to close that anyway. Alright, Corinthians 14, verse 32, and it reads, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, okay? So the prophets have come back again in their lots, and have continued in the labor that they had begun. That's why we're out here in the highways and byways continuing this work, bringing out the scriptures, bringing out the gospel, alright? So continuing. But, alright, Luke 12, verse 45. But, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth in his coming, and shall begin to beat the manservants and the maids, to eat and drink and to be drunken, the Lord of the servants will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So guess what? If you are doing this work, and you're not doing it in 100% truth and sincerity, but you're allowing yourself to fall into different doctrines, alright? You're allowing yourself to, you're abusing the flock, you're giving them the wrong information, you're giving them the wrong doctrine. Guess what? You're going to die like the heathen, you're going to die like Esau, you're going to get a part in Esau's destruction, you're going to be just like Esau, an honorary Edomite, okay? But if you are pushing this word in righteousness and sincerity, you are continuing in the labor of Yahushua. Guess what? You're going to be given a portion of that kingdom that he's bringing back, because Yahushua is on a journey right now. You know what? Let me get it real quick. They say that he's going to prepare a kingdom for us. Let me get that one as well. Saka, my hands are very sweaty. Here it is. John 14, verse 1, and it reads, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. That's beautiful right there, okay? Because Yahushua is getting ready to receive us, man. The Most High and his Son, they are getting ready to receive us, and that's what they will do in the kingdom, okay? They will receive us, and I will never go out from the presence of the Most High or his Son ever again, okay? We will be a pillar in the temple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua forever. Alright, so I know Yahushua is going to prepare a place for us. And that's exactly what he's doing. That's why he has taken so long to come back, because he's preparing that kingdom for us. You know, and what are we supposed to do right now? We're supposed to continue in his work, continue in that labor that he has put, continue that spirit that he has given us, continue in the labor that he has given us. Okay, we have entered into Slakia. The wind got a little strong there. It's too strong. Okay, that's stabilized a little bit. I guess it's really getting time for me to close out. Alright. So basically what I was saying is that we have entered into his labor, right? We have entered into Yahushua's labor, you know, we have entered into it, and what does the scripture say? Occupy until he comes, okay? We have to endure until the end. We have to keep his faith. Alright? Let me how to keep the faith. We have to keep his commandments up until the end. So that will be what? And that's what the precept I actually started with. Revelation 3 from verse 10. Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Alright, so continue on down. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of my city, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. Alright? So we occupy until he comes, and when he comes, he will give us all these blessings. Okay, so with that, I just have to end it right there. And let's give all praises, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rachak, Wadash, Wa Abal, Babal, Shalom. Ooh.